we are getting back right into the mix. Go ahead, sorry. Forgive me. Hey y'all on Twitch. We streaming live to Twitch as well too. Don, you ready? You in there?
Are we on Twitch?
We on Twitch. We everywhere.
I like it, man. I have to make a move. I changed jobs. Well, I ain't changed yet. They don't. I got a question. Is it rude to get a new job and not tell your current employer? I don't mean like not give them the 2 week notice yet because I still got another month and a half to go. But to know that I'm going to be changing jobs in about a month and a half and not tell my current employer until my 2 weeks is.
Is it letting you in? Dream Sequoia, you want to answer? She in HR, so she can tell you.
I mean, from an HR perspective, they would want you to always tell the company. But from the employee perspective, I don't think you should because a lot of these companies are right to work states. So they can fire at any time, just like you can leave at any time too. So their loyalty is only as far as their bottom line. Let's put it like that. So I mean, if you feel like you want to get a job and not tell them and then eventually get your 2 weeks, I think that's fair because you got to do what you got to do, especially if that culture is very toxic and you're not seeing the progress or the movement that you want to see. I don't think there's anything wrong. Otherwise, you sacrificing more of yourself than they will be doing for you.
K said, wasn't it rude for them to make you work?
And the thing is, it's a trade-off from one batch of kids to another batch of kids. I don't think it's rude. Like Dream Sequoia said, a lot of these are at will. You know what I'm saying? So they get rid of you whenever they want to. I do think a 2 week notice is respectable, a week and a half, you know. But no, I don't think it's anything worth telling unless you're trying to look for a counter offer. If you're out fishing trying to get more money, then yeah, I would say that's leverage you can use. But if that's not the case, you're truly intent is to leave. Nah, man, 2 week notice is good enough, and keep moving. Why you need it? So here's the plan. Now the job starts in a week and a half. So I actually start a week after school lets out. And it's a 3 to midnight shift. It's more money. But this is what I love about how they do this. At the end of the school year, or just before the end of the school year, the school district allows us to have the option to stretch our pay throughout the summer, or do we get it all up at once? So I can get it all up at once, right? And not have to say anything throughout the duration of the summer, still working my other job, and then like just before school starts, and then I give my 2 weeks. So are we talking about double dipping and a possible and ain't nothing illegal? Could be conflict of interest. No, because two completely different. I'm going from elementary. I'm going from a school district to Job Corps. Could be conflict of interest, sir. That's all I'm saying. You don't 100% know, then. What do you mean? Oh, I mean, where's the conflict at? I don't know. I don't work in those fields. But that's the thing. Conflict of interest is a thing. Well, I mean, I could see if I was going to work for another school district, that'd be one thing. Could understand that. But I'm not working for another school district. I'm working outside of school district now. Yeah. Anything about that. But if you want to double dip it could be a thing too. You know, if you want to hold this employment and some employers don't allow you to, have additional employment while you work for them. You know what I'm saying? I know the military didn't let you do that. But I think they'll let you do that now. No, they don't. I'm a Fed job. They don't do that. They don't let you moonlight no more? You can moonlight till you get caught. I just had 7 people walk up out my office, not my office specifically, but in my building for moonlight, having a good old time too. Moonlight, they had a light lit. Oh, it's something to think about, sir. You know what I mean? You don't want to screw yourself in the end. You know what I'm saying? That's all I'm saying. Just make sure all your ducks in a row. I got you. I'm all about that money though. I mean, get your money. You know what I'm saying? But just make sure you're not jeopardizing yourself in the back. You know what I'm saying? Well, why are you leaving though? You never answered that question. Just the money, or just the culture, or what? Well, they don't pay me enough to do what I do. They don't. They really don't. What do you do? I'm a behavior specialist for alternative school. Yeah, wasn't what weren't you suspended for a minute? Is that part of the reason why you leaving? Yeah, that is part. Yeah, that's the other part of it. See, so you're leaving out things right now. You forgot what you done told the crew. The crew, and you thought I don't remember. You thought you thought because I've been on this motion potion, I wouldn't remember. You clearly your contract right now.
Donnie, you haven't logged back in yet. You haven't logged back
It
in.
won't let me. It won't let me.
All right, try it again.
I keep trying to keep saying oh, here we go. No?
I just sent it to you.
All right, oh, there we go. See, you have to send me a new link. It wasn't you. It wasn't me. It was you this time.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying?
It's fine.
Yeah.
You're the first email I can tell
It wasn't you. It was me this time.
It's always her.
I ain't mad at it. I'm here for it.
What was I? Pretty big what they call it. So, hold on. You don't have to
answer the question if you don't want to. Sir.
So that whole
situation is
playing
into your decision to leave.
Because of the way it was handled, or
you just
need a new start.
I believe that even though it was unfounded, I mean, it's not even the fact that it was unfounded. They never even did an investigation. I think the way, I don't know, just white folk just left a nasty taste in my mouth. Because it was a white kid that did it, that made the accusation, then has the audacity to smile in my face when I come back. And actually, trying to be my friend, I'm like, hold on, dude. You just accused me of hurting you. Now you want to be my friend now that I'm back? Let's go somewhere with that. And I don't want to be around that. I really don't. That just really makes me uneasy, and I'm afraid one day I'm gonna lose my professionalism. They go pick me up for real. I know that I wouldn't.
Yeah, I get it. I don't.
I know that I wouldn't.
I ain't gonna lie.
I don't. I might slip up one day. Maybe not directly at him, but someone might hear me say something under my breath.
Yeah, I get it. I don't know what you would say to a kid, but I mean, I don't really. I don't really know what the situation, the conflict was about. You know what I'm saying? To be honest, I don't think I ever got that or heard that. I just remember it was, you were suspended. I don't remember what it actually was.
They said I had heard it. They said I had heard a kid. The thing is, there was no proof that I did it. Um, there was a witness to say I didn't do it. But yet they had me out for 4 months. Now, granted, I was still getting paid, but it's the fact that you wouldn't let me come back to work for 4 months for an investigation that never even happened.
But hurt a kid in what way?
I don't understand. Hurt a kid in what way?
Like you hit them or punched them or kicked them, dripped them, verbalized them?
That was saying. It never came to light. It never said how I hurt it.
They said you hurt a kid.
Yeah.
Wow.
That's horrible. That don't sound right. Cause guess what? The first thing in my mind don't sound like I'm gonna tell you what popped in my mind, and it wasn't good. It gave me SA.
No.
Yeah, but that don't sound right. Like, you see what I'm saying?
But that's the way they presented it to me.
That's what, as an SA.
No, they said, "Oh, they say you hurt a child."
Like what?
I still got the voicemail.
Meaning like you smacked them or you did something SA, because to me that don't make.
That like I physically hurt them, like I inflicted pain or some.
It's all the same. Like it don't still don't go to, oh, like I don't know. Maybe it's just me. Because to me, I wouldn't want that just to be said like that. Because that's. I mean, Dina, do you have any input? Because you seem to be making the same face I'm making.
Yeah. Sorry, go ahead.
I was saying from an HR perspective, like how do you bring that before you voice someone?
That's totally not protocol. To say leave a voicemail like don't come back to work for 4 months with no, you know what I mean? Like that doesn't sound right.
I would think a conversation would have been had to call you actually back in to an office in a company because it's a liability, I think, just to just say that over the voicemail. You don't know who's actually hearing that. I mean,
You think about that.
all right, you start to open that door of inviting other people in. Because what if you were at home and somebody else was home or a child was home and they heard that? Somebody could take it the wrong way. Then they could got definition of character. You don't want to be open those kind of
I mean, because that's what it gave me. Like,
right.
I never thought about that.
That's a whole thing that they should have had a conversation with you in the office in private. That's why they also whenever they terminate somebody or lay them off, they usually have it in private, so that it's not only for the privacy, but it's for legal purposes too. Because who knows if somebody could flip out or if something could be overheard that wasn't supposed to be overheard. It could really have a lot of liability, legal complications to it.
And we all know HR don't work for employees. They work for the company.
Yeah,
they always remember that.
Here's the messed up thing. Now, I pay my dues to the union. Well, the union couldn't do anything because if it was reported to the district itself, then the union would have stepped in, all the lawyers and all that good stuff. I wouldn't have had to worry about a thing. But because they went through Childline, which is through the state, the union can't even do anything. They can't even say anything because it's out of their hands until it comes back down to the district. The only thing the district was told to do was to place me under suspension until the investigation was done.
Yeah, but I don't know. Even with that,
the thing about, states are different. Delaware, the education system is run by the state. Where up here in Pennsylvania, if you work for a school district, you're at the will of the district, not the state.
All right. I mean, I was asking. I didn't know what the purpose.
This is what pissed me off, though. This is what pissed me off. When I finally did come back to work, that's when I finally got to sit down to the table with everybody and to talk about what happened. But they want to put a letter of reprimand in my jacket for the whole thing. I'm like, why you want to put a letter of reprimand in my jacket? And I ain't do nothing wrong. Like you need to go back to the superintendent, man, and tell him you can kiss my ass. You know what? I almost said that.
Aaron said there was more to the story than just changing jobs.
But what they said is you did, though. You sat at the table. What did they say? They weren't specific. They just said because
everything was all vague, and it was like they didn't have any answers for me. And like I'm supposed to know everything that happened. I'm like, dude, I don't know what happened.
They said, you know what you did. What did you do?
I know what I did. I know why I did it. I made that boy sit down.
Did you touch him?
And he was lucky. He was lucky. That's all I did because he spit at me.
Okay. Now I'm getting more. I don't know. I don't think I'm gonna just let nobody spit at me and not put my hands. Good, bad, or different. Child, Jesus, my mama. I don't give a damn. That ain't gonna happen.
There are certain ways you're allowed, and at least up here, there are certain ways you are allowed to put your hands on someone else's kid. They train you for that. They show you like the certain areas that you are allowed to, like the shoulders. Like I can go to the shoulders and sit him down. Like I'm not allowed to manipulate joints or anything like that. So when we have to what's the word I'm looking for?
Reprimand, discipline.
When we have to restrain a child, there's a certain way that we have to do it.
Is this after that they put their hands on you, or because in my mind you don't put your hands on nobody's child?
You really try not to unless they are in. Well, let's just say me. I don't put my hands on a child unless I truly feel that they are going to endanger me, someone else, or themselves. Now you let some of the other staff.
You said that sound like you engaging first, because even if I engage with anybody first, that's assault.
No, if I feel that here's the thing: you swing at me, I'm going to restrain.
That's what I was saying. It has to be if they're doing something to you.
Now, the thing is, it's not even have to swing. If you throw a desk, I'm going to restrain you.
So it has to be an action. It has to be an action.
If you start running, I will restrain you.
I would just let him run. I won't lie. Run your ass off. Tell yourself out.
I ain't gonna lie.
Aaron says so. I have no idea how to deal with that.
It's funny watching me turn around and try to run after a kid down the hall, talking about, "Oh, get back here.
Don't let me chase you."
All right, so Ricky, beyond that, right? Have you heard any of the talking points for tonight?
I got the last one. I guess they were talking. What was you talking about? The very last thing.
Conflict resolution.
Conflict resolution. Yes.
You got any ideas?
Interesting.
I mean, as far as what was the conflict? What from what aspect?
I used me and Craig. It was a example. Like do you
conflict with no resolution? And if you
we trying to get to the resolution, we trying to figure it out. That's just an example. It don't matter.
True conflict resolution, and this is just me. I don't look. I always see like everyone always thought about compromise, and I'm a firm believer of I don't compromise. I will concede, but I will never compromise. Compromise means I got to give up something in order to get something. When I concede, I'm just willing to give it to you. I'm just willing to let you have that. I ain't got to give up nothing. You don't got to give up nothing. It's just whatever it is. We just agree to be where that is. To me, that's true conflict resolution, is just to agree to disagree.
It's conceding, not giving up your power.
Exactly. Compromise is probably the worst thing that anyone could ever do in any situation, because it compromises you, and could be your status, could be your finances, could be your home, could be anything that you're sacrificing in a compromise. And I work too hard for everything that I got, so I'm not putting anything on the table for that.
But it sounds like it's well, I don't know. I guess that's your opinion, but mine seems like it would be the opposite. Because I'm willing to compromise with you. I'm willing to, I don't need nobody asserting their dominance over me though. You can, kind of back up. That might create an issue. That's where the conflict gonna come in at. So, to each his own, because I'm willing to compromise with somebody. I don't feel like that's a bad thing to do. I mean, everybody else listening, how y'all feel?
So have anyone else taken the Myers-Briggs assessment?
What?
Myers-Briggs. Or the
That's the.
Myers-Briggs.
Mm-hmm.
So that right there is more based off of your conflict style, how you respond to certain things.
Mm-hmm.
So if you haven't had a Myers-Briggs and you don't know what your conflict resolution style is, you probably won't understand it. And compromising is one of the 5 or 6 styles that there is. I think there's like competing, accommodating, compromising, avoiding, something else, collaboration, something. But if you haven't had a Myers-Briggs, I would say and you're in a professional environment, I would say take that. You know what I mean? And just see what your conflict resolution style is. Compromising is one. It doesn't mean that you're giving up anything. It just means that you're coming to an agreement. You know what I mean? You're not compromising anything outside of what you would normally compromise. You're not giving up anything. You're just coming to an agreement. You know what I mean? You could still stand on put your 10 toes down and grab the grass. But at the end of the day, you're still, you're saying, okay, cool. Yeah, we're not going to implement this today. We're implement it tomorrow. How about we do it the next day? Good. That's a compromise. You know what I mean? So, TKI, Myers-Briggs, Thomas Killian, conflict. Look it up, man. I've learned a lot. So being on my job and being in a managerial type of environment, you have to take these type of leadership traits, right? And they're more based off of how you deal with personality. And it also teaches what your leadership style is. Everyone has a different leadership style. But at the end of the day, you have to know the person that you're dealing with. You know what I mean? So whatever your leadership style is, you may have to alter that. Having understanding what that is, and then how to navigate that plane puts you at an advantage. You know what I mean? Because you can come to these resolutions a lot quicker, and I'm a venture to say, you get more respect out of that because you're making a decision. And in any professional field, all people want you to make a decision. Good, bad, or different, whether it's right or wrong. Someone has to make the decision. If you have people walking around and not knowing what's going on, that's when the locals get unrest. You get anarchy, you get revolt, people start pushing back, and things don't get done. So you end up with a lot of wasted money, a lot of wasted time, a lot of wasted resources. Sorry, I had to go this level, but this is right up my alley.
Mm-hmm.
How y'all doing? But yeah, compromise is not a bad thing, Ricky. Respect.
All right, Ricky. So, should you be friends or can you be friends? Should you be friends with your ex, and can you be friends?
I don't know about you should, but you definitely can. It all depends on why they're your ex, and it also depends on how long it's been since y'all were together. At some point in time, you would hope that both of you can move on from whatever it was and just be amicable with each other.
Duharm, I sent you a video. I'm sorry, Ricky.
Sometimes it's not even about being friends. It's just about being cordial.
Mm-hmm.
So I mean, as long and I'm cordial with all my exes. Some of them I might be a little bit more than cordial with, but for the most part, I speak to all of them. If someone wants to say hi to me, I say hi back.
Duharm, what did you ask us? In the process of that, would they be still friends and when they get a person or a partner? Was that your
Yeah,
question?
yeah.
Yeah.
So
So
I was
I was
wondering, like,
wondering, like,
how does that
how does that
dynamic play
dynamic play into
once you
once
find
you
someone
find
else?
someone else?
How do
How do
you
you
communicate that?
communicate
Hey,
that? Hey,
this is
this is my
Bonquisha.
Quisha.
We were in
We
a
were in a
relationship.
relationship.
I was
I
doing
was
some
doing some
unforbidden things
unforbidden
to her,
things to her,
but she my
but she's
friend
my
now.
friend now.
Is that
Is
cool?
that cool?
Would that be
Would
cool
that be
with
cool with
with your new
your new
partner? And I
partner?
think
And I
that's
think
where
that
the
that's where the
relationship
relationship
stops of
stops
being
of being
friends. Is what I
friends.
would
Is
say.
what I would say. I don't think it stops being friends. I think that the cordial part would always apply. Now it depends on what we were doing that you know that labeled us as friends. Now, if I'm coming to your house and you're doing my laundry and you're feeding me, hanging out, but nothing sexual is just, we're just hanging out. Yeah, that whole thing got to stop. If you once you enter into a new relationship, um, and it has to be expected if it was the other way around. If they have someone, it would have to be expected that yeah, this right here, that this dynamic has to change. It doesn't mean we have to be rude and stop talking to each other altogether, like ghosting me. But at least they know of me. But so when you do see me, it's like, oh hey, let me introduce you to so and so. And then it's like, okay, hey, how you doing? Shake hands, do whatever, and then you keep it moving. There's no whole conversation with it. It's just the introduction because you just happen to meet somewhere, and then you keep it pushing. So at least that way, that person understands it's okay. That's who the friend is. That's who you mentioned to me at the beginning of the relationship, and the fact that you were willing to do that to go and make that introduction. It would be like if me and Dreamweaver were together and
You're not.
Ty was in the store and I just totally ignored her. Me and Dreamweaver, I was saying, we said, baby, just keep it moving. We're gonna just keep pushing. And I know saying it too, but yet I really had no reason to ignore you. So my thing is, I would say, hey, hey, that's Ty, that's my ex right there, you know. And just so you know that when I do see her and I speak and I say hi, you don't have to be jealous because I've already told you who she is.
What if Ty
What if
don't
Ty don't
acknowledge it? What
acknowledge
if
it?
Ty
What if
regrets
Ty
leaving
regrets
me and
leaving
your ex?
me and
She
your
don't
ex?
pay
She
you no
don't pay you no
attention,
attention.
and you're
And
going
you're
out your
going out
way
your
to
way to
introduce Dreamweaver with
introduce
somebody that don't even
don't even
acknowledge you. Like,
acknowledge you. Like,
I don't know
I
that.
don't know that. I mean, I hope that I would know that beforehand. I understand where you're coming from too. She might be thinking that we friends and it might be moving back toward the relationship thing, but you're not saying anything about it. You just waiting to see if it'll just move that way on its own, and then all of a sudden I done moved on, I got a new girlfriend, and all of a sudden you feel vindictive, you
I,
know.
I think
I think we also got to look at the
because these
dynamic
things
because these things
happen, right?
happen, right?
And
And
I've seen
I've
these
seen
things
these things
on all
on all
accounts.
accounts.
You're not
You're not
wrong,
wrong,
but I've
but
also
I've
seen
also
to
seen to
where
where
female keeps
female
you as a
keeps you
friend
as a
even
friend
throughout her
even throughout her
relationship,
relationship,
despite
in
you
spite
to
of
be
you
her
to be her
friend
friend
with her
with her
relationship. And then
relationship.
when
And
you
then
get
when
a
you get
friend,
a friend,
you cut
you
that
cut
off,
that off,
right?
right?
And it's
And
more
it's
of a
more of
damn.
a damn.
I try to
I
when
try
we
to when we
friends.
friends.
Why do I
Why
get
do
to
I
cut
have to
off
be cut
now?
off
Because
now? Because
I try to
I
keep
try to
you as
keep
a
you
friend
as a
when I'm
friend
in
when
my
I'm in my
relationship. Why are
relationship.
you
Why are
treating
you
me
treating
such?
me
Now
such?
that
Now
brings
that brings
issue
issue
within
within
the dynamic of
dynamic
yours
of
because
yours
now
because
she's
now
trying to
she's
push
trying to
herself
push
on
herself
you
on you
because she don't
because she don't
understand.
understand.
So why not
So
just
why
cut it
not
off
just cut it off
totally so
totally
we ain't even
so
gotta
we
go
ain't
through
gotta go
this?
through this? Because you find out that they don't trust you as much as you thought they did. They would not say now you worried about okay, let me I might say something slick to your newbie, right? That I might be a straight out lie, but just because I feel left out. If I'm gonna be lonely, you gonna be lonely too.
We still on YouTube?
Yeah.
All right, let's cut the shit. This is what I had to deal with, right? So my ex-wife, right? So it got to a point to where she wanted me to meet said her new friend, right? It wasn't for me. I didn't give a shit. But for some reason, our relationship caused a issue within her relationship. So it comes to a point to where she wanted me to meet these dudes to make them feel secure and make them feel okay within the relationship. So we not like that. You know what I'm saying? In my mind, like, you don't want to meet me. I'm still trying to crack, but you gonna let me crack. I'm done meeting. You know what I mean? I'm done meeting because I ain't gonna keep meeting a whole bunch of random ass niggas because you want me to make them feel secure in your relationship. That's not my job. You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
So you got something internal you need to deal with within your relationship that they need to figure out. It ain't got to do with me. You know, our relationship is platonic and it is a friendship as you're presenting it because I don't know these dudes. I'm not talking to these dudes. You know, I got to be around my daughter, right? But when I come around, what is the issue? I'm not coming around in your face. I'm not calling you. I'm not doing nothing extra. When I come around, hold on, let me finish. Let me tell you how to fly dude. You got to hear that part. When I come around, fly dude like Don Diligent. You know what I'm saying? Flapping my towel around as I am. You see it, Ricky, darling. You don't see the towel flapping, huh? Left to right, huh? Fix your face. You know what I mean? People get threatened about the towel start to flap, huh? No? Don't worry about it. Ty, you see the towel flap. As I'm talking to you, the towel flap. You know what I'm saying? Because Don Diligent is the cool dude. You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm. Aaron was saying that she's cool with her. She's friends with her 19-year-old's dad. He's a good dad and a good person. She respects him as a person.
19-year-old dad. What you mean? Married a 19-year-old child?
Mm-hmm.
Damn.
Her daughter.
I'm so cool. My son, mom, he's 22.
Okay, so can't you saying? I guess you can be friends. It says, should you be friends and could you be friends? All right, Duharm, I sent you a video because we're gonna get the video. Then we're gonna close this thing out. I gotta go to sleep.
I got one more.
I've been up since 2 a.m.
Real quick. Now you saying that you don't feel you have to be meeting all these dudes, but if that's your child mother, wouldn't you want to know who your kids are around?
Don't you think the problem is that I'm meeting more than one dude? If I got to meet 1, 2, 3, 4 dudes, there's a problem there. How many relationships are you going to be in? I think that's the problem. That's the problem that I'm trying to get across. All right, so none of these dudes should be meeting my daughter if it's not that dude. I don't need to be meeting James, John, Jimmy, Ricky, what do you say?
Bobby, Ronnie, Ricky, and Mike. If I like a guy, who cares who you like? Cool it now.
Like none of these dudes that they're not serious should be around my child. Because now you put them in a situation where, for me, respectfully, if one of them do something to my child, now you put me at risk. Because now they may not be. You put me in a situation where I gotta react. When I'm touching my child with some bullshit, because you know what I mean? You don't know these niggas. You know what I'm saying? Like that's what we're dealing with. And that's how serious I'm gonna take it for my child. You know what I'm saying? So don't put me in a situation. Respect me as I respect you.
Aaron said, as far as her 4-year-old's dad, hell no. The 4-year-old's dad can get somebody else to do it.
Aaron, I don't believe Aaron got a 19-year-old. I don't know how old Aaron is. Aaron been popping that thing on the handstand for how long? I ain't mad at you, baby. Huh? You don't need no rejuvenation.
Did you see? We never got to the rejuvenation question, but did you see the video? Matter of fact, can you play the video so that way then we can get to the rejuvenation question?
Oh, the video. On this new setup up here. This is a beautiful room. Y'all need to brag. The light is amazing. That's why he pressed back there where I do my t-shirt. I ain't pressed one in a minute. I try to set the camera like this with a move. So it ain't work. Anyway. All right, so boom. Let me know if y'all can hear this. Also share audio. Tap. Boom. See it. Refresh it. GG's.
Jobs took care of him and his siblings, and she ain't complained once. He more attracted to strong women, not these soft girls. And even though me and his mama might have a few things in common, I could tell.
That wasn't the one. I sent you another one, but you can play that one first. Though.
I ain't gonna lie. Before I refresh this joint, y'all know I got a type. And whatever she says is right. That's the start.
Worked 2 jobs, took care of him and his siblings, and she ain't complained once. He more attracted to strong women, not these soft girls. And even though me and his mama might have a few things in common, I could tell that I'm not his type. But I wonder if she even knows that he speaks like this. Because I'm sure 1,000 tissues wouldn't be sufficient for the times that his mama wanted to cry, but she couldn't in front of her kids. Looking for a woman as strong as your mama, but not hoping to never be as weak as your daddy, who gave your mother no other choice. She was forced to be strong, but she was still just one person. And I'm sure 1,000 tissues wouldn't be as sufficient for the times that your mama wanted to cry because work had to come before practice and recitals. Because bills had to be paid and kids had to be fed. But oh, what she could have been if she was able to live a softer life. To be accompanied by a man who is proud of having responsibilities, he doesn't run from them. And just because she carried it well, it does not mean that it wasn't heavy. It does not mean that she didn't want to complain or scream. So ask yourself, do you want a woman to be strong or do you want her exhausted? You like them weary? You want her to be spread thin? Sitting across from women, asking them what do they bring to the table? You're not looking for no soulmate. You're looking for somebody strong, remember? Strong enough to carry the load of what you don't want to do and never complain, even when it's justified, just like your daddy. And unfortunately, it ain't no badge of honor or no awards for waking up every day and doing what you're supposed to do, doing what you got to do. Just more women that are hyper independent because they learned a long time ago not to wait around from nobody, because half of the time ain't nobody going to show up. But me, if you care.
That was dope. How'd y'all men feel about it?
Y'all see that middle part?
Your mic went out. Do harm.
Oh, my bad. Y'all see that middle part?
What was the middle part?
I'm a sucker for the middle part. You know what the middle part?
Oh, you still talking about her looks? I'm talking about what she said.
I ain't talking about her looks. I'm a hair guy. Middle part. Anyway, go ahead. I don't even know what she said. I ain't gonna lie.
Ricky, what you got?
All I heard, what I saw was my mom growing up, how she put up with my dad. I never want to see a woman go through what my mom went through. I mean, yeah, mom was strong, but I never realized that sometimes what we call strength or being tired was, she wasn't tired from dealing with me. She was tired of just dealing and having to deal with it by herself when it should have been a group effort. That whole word exhaustion just takes tired to a whole nother level. And to realize that that's where my mom was. I can't do that to another person. And I'll be damned if I let any female that I'm involved with ever feel like she's ever exhausted when dealing with me.
Aaron said that gave her goosebumps. Dream Sequoia, do you have anything you'd like to say about that?
I think that's very commendable to say that, because it's a lot of, not a lot, but there is some men out there that don't, that they think that because they work, then that's enough, and then all the responsibility is just on the woman, including trying to navigate, the daily lives of got children too, and that can cause a very severe imbalance, especially if the guy just when they do come home, they just do their own routine. They don't really they don't help you out at all. You just pretty much doing the whole thing, including, cooking, bringing him things, like his beer, and then you also try to manage a whole home, and then your kids too. You got to make sure that they fed and entertained, and maybe even homeschool if they're little like that. Or if not, they need to have some kind of activity so that they can continue learning. And I didn't even fit in the fact of, your own self care that's needed for your own health, maintaining your health, especially with women. And I think with Black women, after you have kids, you end up occurring like health problems a lot of times. And it's important to have a partner that understands that, to have that empathy, and be willing to um, make the sacrifices with you and share that load too. Because otherwise, it can get very overwhelming. And um, yeah, mental illness it's an issue too with some people too.
Okay, you got the next video?
Email it to me.
Mm-hmm.
I got one.
I sent the other one first.
Was it earlier?
No, I only got one.
No.
Yeah, I only have that.
Unless
you text
it to me, but
email it to me
because I'm on
YouTube on my
Yeah, I
phone.
emailed it. Okay. This is the last video, and this goes into what we was talking about the rejuvenation.
Yeah.
You got it?
No. Keith. Where's Keith?
She's home.
I don't have it. I had it completely. Refresh. Rick, I really see you. That really touched home for you, man. That real emotional, man. I like that. From you, man.
Ricky, that was emotional to you?
Yeah. Like I said, every time I get on the show with you, it's like I learn a little bit more about myself. I see life a little different because it's not just my lens I'm seeing it from now. It's I'm getting to see it from somebody else's, and everyone's lens has value.
I love to say that earlier.
Shit.
No, I'm glad we can help. I'm glad we helping each other. Did you get it?
All right.
Yep. Last of the night,
ladies and gentlemen.
Make it a go. She better have a middle part.
40s fuck differently from women in their 20s and 30s. It's a long fact. Okay. First of all, when you're in your 20s and 30s, you're fucking with a coochie. I don't care what you said.
Coochie.
Fucking with a coochie. When you're in your 40s, you're fucking with a pussy. It's a difference. See, pussy don't come with problems. Coochie does. I'm gonna tell you, like, there's a big difference. Coochie like drama. Pussy don't. Pussy just like to be well taken care of. Pussy don't give a fuck about what you've been doing all day. You just want to make sure that home is taken care of. That's what pussy do. And pussy likes to fuck. Give a fuck about how many times you been out going you all day long. Nigga, just come in here and still hit this shit. That's all pussy want. If we be out here doing me too, Coochie will exhaust the shit out of a nigga. Ask him where he at, what he doing, when he gonna be back, how many bitches he fucking, who he fucking with, who's in his phone, who's on the line. Let me see your shit. Coochie got too much time on his hands. Pussy hungry. Pussy wants to do is just sit back, relax, chill, have a good life. That's all pussy wants. Pussy ain't worried about too much drama. We don't want pussy. Don't want drama. A nigga know how to take good care. But that's all. That's all pussy worried about.
That was supposed to be a fun video because I said I wanted ladies' night to be fun. So I felt like that was a good.
You're welcome. You're welcome.
It's humble. It's humble. I like it for her. It's humble. I don't believe what she's saying. I know it's some kind but she's funny. She is hilarious.
How y'all men feel about that?
It's funny.
It's funny.
It's funny.
It's funny.
I like what she
says humble.
He is humble.
He is humble.
I don't know what that
means. But I'm looking at her like coochie is from like I don't know. I could just imagine. I could see it now. Just like you just going over some random chick house, right? And you just knock it off, and then you just hanging around, and that's all you're doing is hanging around. And
which one is that? The coochie or the other one?
She ain't got nothing else better to do. You ain't got nothing else better to do at that moment.
Which one is that, Ricky?
That's the coochie. See, the pussy is home. That's what we need to understand. Pussy is at home. Coochie is anywhere.
I didn't get that. It seemed like the middle got problems. She said the pee. Let me finish. She said the pee don't care what you've been doing out all day. She be doing her too. That sounds like coochie. You know what I'm saying? I think it's a funny video. You know what I'm saying? I don't really take it serious.
It was funny.
I really don't compare the two. You know what I mean? Coochie reach back a little bit. Like, I don't want the coochie. You know what I'm saying? And P just sounds too vulgar to even be put in the context. You know what I'm saying? Like bedroom talk. She just walking on the street showing off her assets. Crazy.
Yeah.
But a lot of times I missed what she said because the camera angle, so I had to look down what's going on. Like I wasn't really, I get it. I get the content. I get what you saying. I get it's a fun video. But they both ain't got problems with me. I ain't gonna lie to you. And the especially when she said, he is humble. He's goddamn lie. That's the problem. He is the humble. It's a problem. Coochie, a problem. Either way, they both will cause your problem.
I just thought it was gonna be a fun video. I thought the ladies would be in here, they would be entertained, and it would be something that would, go over well. So, because normally we don't have stuff like that on the show, but I figured why not switch it up and let's do some other stuff. So, men, closing this out.
Hold on. Aaron said she not 30 yet, but she at home. She got so Aaron got a cooch.
Aaron, which one you got?
Aaron
said she at home. That means Ricky said that's the P is at home.
Nah, no. She said the 20s and 30s you got the cooch. Until you hit 40 is when you got the P. And the coochie is the problem. So Aaron, you're a problem. Dreams Corey, how old are you? Problem. Don't worry about it.
I'm 41.
Damn.
What's that mean? You got the P or the
She's still a problem. Her voice, Jerry's voice taught me out of my pain. I'm 45. I'm like, girl, you can just stop acting like that. Apparently, I have a problem. Yes, Aaron, you have a problem, man.
All right, so men, would you tell a woman that she needs a vaginal rejuvenation? And how would you tell her?
Like, it's just something that I just like going in and out. Don't feel like you hitting anything, no walls or anything. Is that what you talking about?
But be mindful, it could be you.
Could be you, sir.
That. I mean, I don't think I've ever met a woman that got a thing about big as I could put my fist in it.
Almost.
I hope I never run into anyone that I can turn around and actually put my fist in.
But even just
because you can put your fist in, it don't mean it don't snap back. You know what I'm saying?
Like it's not about like
it could be
it could expand. Like again, we got to get into the conversation of the female organ. Like you men, you fucking dirty men, you don't know the female body behooves me. You know what I'm
Aaron
saying?
said, "Oh my God, I know Aaron. He's a strong
and
woman."
for me, I'm a pleaser. I'm a pleaser. You might be.
What you mean by rejuvenate?
Exactly what it means.
What do you mean?
They rejuvenate it. They make it refresh.
I mean, you trying to turn some old pee into some new pee?
It's gonna be new. It's gonna be new. They're gonna do all the things inside of it medically to make it new.
I want my pee battle test. You know what I'm saying? Don't bother with. You know what I'm saying? I'm a pleaser, so I'm a figure out. Yeah, they ain't got to be. I'm gonna figure out what makes you. You know what I'm saying? That's the fun for me. You know what I mean? Figure out what makes you tick. Yeah, I mean, again, every female is different. Every touch on the female can't do the same thing you did with Jasmine yesterday that you would goddamn Shantae today. You know what I'm saying? You gotta figure it out. You know what I mean? I think that's the fun of the whole get to know that female. It's the fun of it. You gotta figure out what's her take. Now, if you're not willing to put in that time, but you don't even find around them areas, dude. You don't even be trying to do waters if you can't swim.
Dreams of Koya. Would you get a vaginal rejuvenation if a man told you to?
No.
Some people.
Not everybody needs that.
I'm gonna say yeah. I'm gonna just get it done just because.
Damn! Oh God! We pod now. Hello.
I mean, I don't need one, but I want to get it done anyway.
It don't make it new.
I'm gonna tell you what I heard.
It don't make it new.
Word on the street, right? Word on the street, right? It huh?
Don't say what my man trying to say. If it's not new, it's through.
Well, no, I don't even think it would be for the snapback or any of that. So, because I don't feel like that's the thing. From what I've seen, that they do is they take and they go to your spot and they inject something. It makes everything like, yeah, it sends it back in time. So it's like the other part of the feeling. So I wouldn't use it for. I wouldn't think I need it for the other, like the the tightness of it or anything. I think I'm good. I've been celibate for a long time. But the other part, just to feel that, just to see what that would be like. I'm curious because I done seen a lot of videos on it. So I feel like I'm more curious than anything as far as like the other part.
They got Botox for down there.
I don't know what it is, but that I've heard good results from it.
I mean, I would. That's not something I would tell you anyway. Or if I was interested in the female to get it. Again, I'm a shark. I'm a swimmer in the deep water. Shark. Some of the sharks who don't sleep, right?
Aaron said no man better not be telling her to rejuvenate anything.
So it's only so many species of sharks who don't sleep, so they gotta keep moving. You know what I mean? To stay alive. If they stop, they die. You know what I'm saying? So Ricky, we gotta put swimming in the water, man, until we figure out. You know what I mean?
I don't move in them circles.
So look, man. Where you go? How would you tell a female though she needs to be rejuvenated? First of all, what is the prerequisite? And how do you say, hey, man, that thing a little loose?
It's James, you, not me.
James, that you introduced me to last week, he must have been a mom.
I can't do it.
It plays on to the friendship. How can you look at James knowing that James done destroyed your goddamn home?
Can't do it.
Huh? Hey, how you shake James' hand? This your hand, and this James' hand. You like, what's up, little nigga?
Exactly.
Hey, yo, James shake hand. What's up, little nigga? Huh? How you feel?
She gonna think about it when she realizes, look, I ain't nothing in her. I'm like, how come you ain't coming? I'm like, I feel nothing.
Ricky, you do realize we on YouTube.
Nah, usually I can see it.
I mean, right now Twitch looking at you saying that. you just came out with that, so we was talking about walnuts or something. Okay, go ahead. I'm here for it. Never mind, just go. Never mind. All right, y'all. This has been Love, Life, and Relationships. Apparently, it's do harm. You got anything you want to say to our audience?
Absolutely. I like to take this opportunity to point out the fact that anybody who needs a rejuvenation. I don't even know how y'all got that conversation.
It was because of women telling men about their songs.
I don't mean for us. I mean on a one-on-one. I don't know how I got to telling, you know what I mean, Mom Alicia that, hey, babe, you need to get that thing rejuvenation. First of all, who's going to pay for that? That's not worth that. And two, me saying that to you may be a slight to myself. Because I may be opening up another conversation and saying, hey, yeah, she's like, well, you know, I was waiting for you to bring this up.
Well, since you said that,
that little navel you just sticking in, and I've been yelling, making all these noise, trying to boost your man morale. It ain't it, baby. You know what I'm saying? So, first of all, what I want to say is those things. Oh, by the way, yes. By the way, that's the reason why we got a whole man now. And man, we gotta watch our conduct. We are always not who we say we are. You know what I'm saying? Like, don't think that we because we had goddamn Lucille at 88 going crazy that we gonna have goddamn, you know what I mean?
Because all women are different. Yeah,
they all different. You know what I mean? So we got to be
all men are different too. We got to know that.
Damn right, all men different. You know what I'm saying? I was about to flex, but I don't want to be this rejuvenation conversation. On top of that, y'all have an amazing night. I'm gonna let Miss Talicia L. Harmon close us out. Ricky, what the hell wrong?
All right, guys. Thank you guys for coming to Love, Life, and Relationship, and thank you for being here with Ladies Night for us. And we'll see you next time.
Or maybe not. You too,